Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco Toyz Dr. Fate. Now, if you don't know anything about Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate, please make sure you go out and read some JSA comics and some Fate miniseries stuff. I personally prefer if you read Brave and the Bold issue 30 from way back in like 2008, 2009. Personally, one of my favorite stories about Dr. Fate teaming up with Green Lantern. It was awesome. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about Dr. Fate. This thing came out really dope. Now, there's going to be some gripes here. Some people may not like it. But my major issue is the not being able to look down and up function. And that is because he has a light up feature in his chest and his head. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to work out a way for that eventually. But I really would have loved if it would have worked out here for Dr. Fate. Doing certain magical poses would have been dope. But that's probably my only real major gripe, I guess. But we'll get into, I guess, everything as we go through the video. First things first. Let's talk about how clean your boy looked. Now, this is their modern rendition or take on Dr. Fate. They took something classic and kind of modernized it. Didn't do too many changes. So it's like a mix between your sort of classic and New 52. Whereas here now you have these new pieces here across the shoulders and across the waist. I actually don't mind it. It adds a little bit of flair. And it also reminds me of modernizing characters that Mezco does. Because, I mean, you can't always put trunks on everybody. It just doesn't always look good. You know what I mean? But here, it definitely does work in my opinion. But yeah, let's talk about the figure. Let me back it on up like a U-Haul truck. And your boy Kent looking out good. I mean, the blue and the gold just always look really clean and good together. And they chose a right blue to just really pop spandex-wise. Like the look of it just looks really good. Our cape does have a wire. And it flows very nicely. And it looks really good. Now, the cape is pretty heavy. So it may not hold all the time with your poses. So I recommend when folding or crunching your cape, you choose a nice place for it to like kind of sit and flow. Right? These are soft plastic. So you don't have to worry about any sort of breakage on these. Which is always a plus. And then even our collar. It's really high up. But you can actually fold it down. Which looks pretty good. Like I said, you won't get any looking up or looking down. That's just not going to happen. And I'm going to take the head out so we talk about the light up function here. Now, our head itself will have the pieces that you can get for lighting up. You'll see it in there when we light it up. And you're going to pop this off and pop your batteries in. You've seen it in previous videos with cable. So if you don't know, you can look at those videos. And we're going to turn it on. We're going to get a light up feature. So now we're going to pop our head back on. See here, it's looking pretty good already. And I know we're sacrificing articulation for that. I understand it. Like I said, I would liked it if we had gotten just a little bit more flair for it. Because one thing I do know that they added is you can still have ab crunch for Kent Nelson now. Which is something we didn't have necessarily for Cyclops. But I'm really enjoying as they constantly improve on stuff. And it lights up really, really well. As you can see here, it's even lit as I'm being well lit. And I do like I said, we still managed to get articulation here in the chest now. We did not previously have that with Cable. We didn't have it previously with Cyclops. But we have it here. And I really, really like that. Now, articulation-wise, I'm going to leave the light on for a bit because I think it just looks really nice. We can still fold our arms all the way up, getting a T-pose. We have bicep swivel. We are double jointed. You have your standard wrist peg technology. It's really nice. And we can still fold forward. So we can still defend ourselves should you go old school Wildcat style and decide to block. Kent does know some basic martial arts. And he fought World War II in his original continuity. Like the rest of the JSA. We can lift our leg up. We have a double joint. We can rotate outwards. And we have thigh swivel. Our boot cut leaves, it's actually pretty decent. We actually get an outward and inward. We get a little bit forward and we do get backwards. So that means for flight poses, you don't really have a crazy issue here. Flight poses are alright. So let's actually get into a nice flight pose. So if you're doing like a JSA like stance with Alex Ross, like an Alex Ross like cover, this doesn't look terrible at all. Like I said, these colors pop as well too. getting him posed up won't be an issue. As you can see, I'm doing it here with no problem. And it's not like Fate would ever take a martial arts stance, not without the helmet, because Kent would do that, not actually Fate. But for getting into really good magic poses, I don't think that's an issue. Let's see if we can get some stuff. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Can't get that left foot to sit too flat, but overall, this looks really, really good. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this time to cut out this light, and then we'll jump into accessories. So let's do it. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, accessories time. First things first, let's talk about our head parts. So you will get an unmasked Kent Nelson head. And it's an old man's head. Even though he's immortal now, he got that helmet of fate when he was already older. Starting to gray, even though he's immortal. But I personally like this sculpt. It's very JSA art style. So if you who had a really good art style that I really liked on a JSA book when he was on with Johns was Dale Inglesham. He had a really good style that fit for the JSA run, and I loved it. It just showed off nice stuff. Next up, we do have the Book of Knowledge, which actually has written pages from way back when Fate, since Fate's original history. And as you can see here, it's all that stuff written in. I really like how it's detailed too. The book does open up. The pages you're gonna have to wear in, so obviously they'll stick around, but it opens and closes and looks really good. Get that nice good focus on it. There we go. Next up, you will get handstands. You'll get handstands. Now, these are particular when you're going to add your effects. We'll talk about that right now. So you'll get 3 of these total. One of them will be for holding the book itself. So here, we'll use this one for an example. You're going to pop this peg here on the wrist gauntlet, and you'll see a peg here for one of your effects. So here is your circular effect, right? You can actually just plug this in. Oop, missed the spot, literally. And now I want to wiggle it in. I'm not going to wiggle it all the way in. And you do have a point where you can rotate it up and around. And this one actually has a little bit more room to wiggle around. Personally, I'm going to avoid using my effects because I have other effects in mind, but these actually work perfect for Fate. But the glass-like material and see-through are really rough for me sometimes to catch. But yeah, we have our triangle effect. And actually, I'm wrong, because the more I look at these, the more I really, really, really like them. And I liked them previously because I took the photos for them, and I don't know why I said that. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, these Fate effects are really nice. I just don't like using the stands because it's hard for me to hide those. I don't know how to Photoshop. But yeah, I actually like these effects a lot. I don't like this part, and it deterred me from using them because I can't Photoshop to save my life. And here we have the Ankh. This is actually a really big effect that you might want to use, and it's hard for my camera to even pick it up. That you may want to use this when standing above him, when using any teleporting, manipulating light. This is a really nice and large effect. As you can see, even standing up next to him, it's about half his height. This is pretty cool. And then we get our hands. So you will get 2 flight hands. As soon as I fix my focus. There we go, messing up again. There we go. You'll get 2 flight hands. Or martial arts hands, depending on how you want to look at it. But these personally look like flight hands. You will get 2 open action hands. Kind of semi like claw hands. Sorry about that. I was looking out in real life as opposed to into the camera like I should be. You will get magic posing hands. Where he's doing it like this. Kind of like he's ready to pluck you too. So that's a really good pluck one. And then you get 2 more action hands. These can also be used as magic hands as well. So you actually get a lot. Like, this Fate entry is, in my personal opinion, very nice. Especially for us people who like not even enjoy the wider aspects of the DC universe, but just I'm a JSA fan. So hopefully we'll get like Wildcat, you can get Hourman, you can get Citizen Steel, Stargirl. Like, I hope this opens up the floodgates for the rest of the JSA. I really, really do. I'm rooting for the JSA. I'm a big fan of them. So, yeah. Shout out to TJ, who put me on to the JSA long, long time ago. Damn, that's like 20 years ago now. But yeah, you put me on, bro, and I appreciate that. But before anything else, we're going to stop and we're going to join up for the size comparisons. So let's get it started. Real quick, before, I totally like blanked out. You also get a non-helmeted version of the Helmet of Fate. And again, I took these photos. I don't know why I forgot this. But if you want to show off the helmet sitting on a table, showing off some like after effect, or the helmet coming off and shining some light under it, you do also get a empty Helmet of Fate, which is awesome. Take it from me. This is actually pretty dope. And technically, on smaller heads, you can like fit this in. So that's pretty cool too. So check it out. Now on with your size comparison after I forgot the Helmet of Fate. Now pluck that in right towards this part. So first things first, let's compare to another Mezco DC character. Here's John Stewart Green Lantern. Then we're going to compare to a Supreme Knight Batman body. I can't find any of my other Batman right now. I'm kind of just all over the place. And I feel like everything is a mess. That is a custom head by Old Boy, by the way. And as you can see, Fate is a little bit bigger than both Batman and Green Lantern. And again, I'm okay with that. Being as an ODDC character, it kind of feels like a little tribute to them. Next up, we can compare with a Reeves Superman. Just want to throw him in there for fun. And I like these two together. That's a really nice comparison of those two. Hopefully I get some really nice shots of those two together. Right? Next up, let's throw a Mythic Legion in there. Because the JSA has done it all. Like, they have literally done it all. Here is a Mythic Legion's Forthog. Here's a Marvel Legends character, Dr. Fate. I will compare Doctor Strange. Probably be added on because I have to like add a whole bunch of stuff to him. I was taking him apart. Here is a Power Rangers Zeo character. Right? Next up, here we go. Here is an SH Figure Arts Lion Senki, Kamen Rider. And I'm realizing that I'm forgetting ninjas. I have them in here. So I'll probably add that into a part 2 when I add Doctor Strange. Oh, here is a G.I. Joe Cobra Infantryman. Right? In case we want to get crazy, here is a NECA Predator. Right? Like I said, the JSA has done it all. You never know. And just because Fate, like, I mean, I really like these magical characters, right? But you never know when you gotta go like medieval, like literally. So here is an ogre to show you some other stuff, right? Barely fitting in the frame, even though I put him behind there. So, you know what? Here's Mythic Legion's Belphegor, because I think this actually appropriately calls for a time for some magic stuff. Because I don't have like stuff like Etrigan, I don't have Zatara or Zatanna, things like that. I just don't have those characters. I wish I did now, because they would actually work very well here. It would be nice, even like a Raven, right? So I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna bring over Ninja and bring over Doctor Strange, and then we'll round it up. Now, real quick, I already added Doctor Strange, so now we have Wizards in Paris, and this is like the ultimate magic team up, in my opinion. You get to have fun with basically like the super sorcerers of each respective universe. And like I said, Wizards in Paris, man. That's probably what I'm gonna title their team up BTS video that I'm gonna do, because I just like how that sounds. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, real quick, here is an articulated icons ninja. In case you want to have magic, weird, crazy ninjas fight them as well. Because you never know. Like I said, you can have some true fun with this. So, I've had a spectacular time photographing Dr. Fate already. So, I honestly don't know how I'm going to top the videos. I mean, not videos, but the photos I did before. But my style has gradually changed since then, because I did it such a while ago. So, hopefully, I can present something to you that seems super cool and fresh as always. And thank you just for always watching. I appreciate it. Please, as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.